Welcome back to WGLNA Season 2, Week 2, Day number 3. I'm Clutch, joined by Greetorp. And we saw a good series. Simplistic, unfortunately, was not able to take it over Simp. Simp won 3-1. Our next series will be Nerve versus Cazadores. Cazadores hailing from South America. Nerve hailing from all over the place, pretty much. But Nerve has one victory under their belt. They defeated War and Peace. They lost against Simple Tankers, Simplistic, and River of Blood. Cazadores has only had 2 matches so far from week number 1. They have a win and a loss. Their win over Simplistic, their loss over Simp. A lot of people placing their bets right now in chat. We always like to play that betting segment to give you the information on how you can bet. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of point leaders by the end of tonight and by the end of the week, moving into the final week so far. Nerve, would you say that they've gotten over kind of that hiccup of having new team members and now they're going to perform better, or are they still struggling?
Unfortunately, I wouldn't say that just yet. Nerve just still need to get it together. They have like the semblance of clean play, but it's just that one little move that if they just slightly change, they'll be able to win the match. It's been close, but they still have to piece things together. Cazadores is the big question mark. We've been saying and hyping this team up a lot. I think a lot of teams and players expected Cazadores to beat Simp main, but it looks like they weren't able to do it, getting shut down time and time again. We'll find out what happens. I think I wouldn't even put Cazadores right now ahead. I would say this is a pretty close match.
Even up match.
Yeah, it just depends what type of Cazadores come to this battle.
All right, well, let's find out as we jump into the face-off of the team captains of Cazadores and Nerve. Hello, gentlemen. Hola. Que onda? How you guys doing?
Hello, how's it going?
Hi.
Horns, we're going to start with you. You had a win against War and Peace. How did it feel to have your victory, and how are you feeling going up against Cazadores tonight?
I think Greetorp put it the best. That obviously there's still a few out of sync issues there that we're still trying to work on. So we take it into another match and hopefully still have a chance to top 4 on our bracket.
Chance for top 4 is a good goal to have. If not, you would make it to the playoffs to make it to Vegas. Is Vegas still in your sights? Has it always been in your sights as a team, and does that help you be motivated to play every night and to practice when you guys practice?
Absolutely, it's always a motivation. Everyone. Who doesn't want cash? That's a pretty easy answer, right? Let's go get the money. But they also, everyone wants to compete at the top level too and prove that we belong to be here. And unfortunately, we're still out of sync. That's the best way to put it. That's definitely what's happening. Over the comms and everything else. So.
All right, for the Cazadores Kufo, my limited Spanish, I'll go ahead and ask you some questions and translate in English. The first question I'm going to ask is, how does it feel to be in week number 2? Kufo, ¿cómo se sienten a estar en semana 2?
Nos sentimos muy bien y muy ansiosos de tener esta batalla. Creo que es importante. La batalla de hoy día sábado y la batalla de mañana domingo son muy importantes para definir el grupo.
From what I could understand, because it's kind of hard with the audio, but he's saying it's great to be here. It's the importance of these matches throughout this week is crucial for his team, and we completely agree with him as he sets up his webcam there. Kufo, you guys, we've seen kind of 2 different styles of Cazadores. Crazy type of aggression, and then kind of second-guessing each other. Do you feel that you are 100% as a team right now?
You switched it to...
Well, before it was like, okay, they always bring this meta-changing type of play, right? But now sometimes their teammates, or not their teammates, but their opponents have been able to judge it correctly. I'm trying to think how I'm going to translate this in Spanish. This is like a complicated question. Okay. Kufo, en el pasado, tu... estilo como diferente que los otros equipos. A veces los otros equipos estaban listos para jugar con ustedes con tu diferente estilo. Ahora, ¿cómo se sienten tu equipo y tu estilo? ¿Están 100% tu equipo a ser, ¿cómo se dice flexible?
Flexible.
Flexible.
Okay, flexible.
Sí, nuestro estilo es creativo, agresivo y flexible, pero es muy difícil llevarlo a cabo. Es necesita mucha coordinación y a veces nos equivocamos nosotros mismos en nuestra coordinación.
Bueno, it's yes, they have a certain style. They're very creative, but it takes a lot of coordination to be that creative.
Okay. I'll ask the last question to the Cazadores.
Okay.
Kufo, tus músculos son muy gigante. Levanta muchas peces. Levantas
Levantas? Do you lift?
Yeah.
Pesas.
muchas peces.
Hago ejercicio regularmente, se puede decir.
He
The exercise. I
exercises.
said your
Exercise.
muscles are gigantic.
Yeah.
Do you even lift?
Do you even lift, bro?
Con los dedos, ejercicios con los dedos.
He exercises with his fingers.
Right. Kufo, ¿tiene algunas palabras para Hornsby y Nerf? Do you have any words for Hornsby?
Espero que las batallas sean muy entretenidas, very fun battles entre nosotros dos y que gane el mejor.
I only understood the last portion because of the audio. It was pretty much, we hope we play well. I'm sorry, Kufo. Next time.
No problem,
Yeah,
no problem.
I'm sorry. I couldn't understand some of those words there. All right, Nerv. Anything in response to Kufo? In English, please, unless you know
I got a
something.
question for him.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
good.
Greetorp's got a question for you real quick. Though.
Hornsby, your muscles look gigantic. Do you even lift, bro?
What? You had to make up for it because Kufo couldn't answer the question for you?
No, he answered it
He
just
says
fine.
yes.
But no, do you have any words for Kufo before we start the match?
No, I told him good luck. I look forward to the match earlier, so same thing here.
All right, gentlemen. Best of luck, and let's see who has the higher seed. That will be Nerv. So heads or tails.
Heads,
All right, he's gonna go for heads, and it is heads. So you choose the map or defer.
defer.
Deferral, Cazadores, que mapa.
Prokhorovka.
Prohorovka.
Yes.
Will be the map choice. Nerv, your spawn location.
South.
South side, Sul, will be the position side on Prokhorovka. Cazadores will take the norte side, the north side. Again, gentlemen, best of luck and have fun.
Thank you.
It looks like they're still trying to reset the cap. Logos need to get shots on. They will start it up, but the T1s are still pretty healthy. Down goes almost a 1390. Explosive Brutality. Oh my goodness. Ratzilla able to clean up the T69. Arabim. He gets taken out. 27 seconds left.
Yeah, and there's another shot right into the flag capture area. Explosive Brutality and Psycho Killer trying to hold the line here, but they get cleaned up. Psycho Killer, the only one left alive, going
Oh
to try
my
to stay
goodness.
behind the Tier 1.
Nerve. Okay. Nerve will take out everybody on that cap. Kufa was able to swiftly remove and spot everybody over there, giving shots for Logos and Cess. But when it comes down to it, now all the autoloaders are clipping for the most part. Logos realizes there's no good room to actually back up, so he's going to go into the bowl over here, crossing the train tracks. CES moving up too, but a minute left in this battle, and I really feel like there will not be a decided winner. Kufo just playing really, really safely, I would say.
Yep. Haywood, his T-32, is able to land that shot against CES 28. But now Pollins and his T-69 is going to go over the top of the hill. Logos from the top side, his 1390, has not taken any damage yet. And they're going to unload what they can on the remaining tanks for Nerve
right.
with 36 seconds left on the clock.
Ratzilla is brawling against Logos right now. Logos being such a pain in the butt. As you can see, he's just circling around him, disabling Ratzilla from doing anything over here. And meanwhile, Kufo is also shooting at him from very far away. Logos takes a big shot. Haywood is pretty healthy over here, 1,047 hit points, but 14 seconds left. And Hornsby is still not found out yet. So ladies and gentlemen, we will have a draw. There is no tier 8 advantage or a tier 8 point rule here. Even if Haywood gets taken out, it doesn't matter. I don't think he will be taken out.
Nope, and it is going to be a draw unless there is some magical bullet that was able to shoot that tank and the other tank. But
They
this
need
is not the JFK assassination. There is no magic bullet. Have you ever heard that description of the magic bullet? That
No.
Okay, so it came in and hit the senator. It went around in his back, like shot out of his back, came around, and then went up and hit JFK. It's just complete, utter nonsense.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Maybe
if
it's
I'm not here
not.
tomorrow, it's because my conspiracy theories got me killed. So
That's right. Do you know about the conspiracy theories with him and Abraham Lincoln?
of how everything matches up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
It is really creepy.
That's
It is
really creepy.
really intriguing. Okay, so Prohorovka, it is a draw. Not much really to say. I liked the activation pressure against the flag cap, but they were able to get those shots. So at least they tried. We're going to take a break, and after that, we're going to jump into the next battle. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds great.
Sounds great to me. Let's go ahead and jump into a commercial. We'll be right back. Everybody, welcome back to WGLNA Season 2, Week number 2.
Glad to be back. We did not get muted or silenced by the NSA.
No,
For
we did
figuring
not
out the
yet.
JFK.
Well, that's because they're all furlonged right now.
Oh,
So,
thank goodness.
Yeah, once they start working again,
Then we're done.
we're done. It'll be Mr. Bitter and Rotterdam.
So let's just YOLO Swag 420 on this cast. Guys, the world. I don't know.
Well, one thing that you did mention from the list,
I still enjoy my job for when I have it.
Lee Harvey Oswald shot or ran from a warehouse, a book warehouse, and went to a theater. John Wilkes Booth went from shooting in a theater to a warehouse.
Oh man.
That's crazy.
Well, Abraham Lincoln was in the Kennedy Theater, and Kennedy was in a Lincoln. Guys. Guys.
It is nuts. It is nuts. If you look at that list, it really is. But you know what else is nuts? Somebody trying to go parking lot on Himmelsdorf. I know you don't like that
No,
strategy at
I
all.
don't. Let's not talk about
When I
that.
first saw that during the Korean broadcast for the Korean League, I thought, well, this is different.
Yeah,
This is
Workill came
different.
over and he said, that is terrible. I was just like, yes, it is.
You know, the winners, the Draken Hatchlings Rebellion was their old name, but now they became something else, and they went to the GeForce NVIDIA tournament.
Mhm.
And they got steamrolled pretty hard.
Yes, they
So
did.
did the Chinese team. It was Mouse Sports that performed well, but Navi was able to take it. Let's go ahead and jump into battle number 2 on Himmelsdorf between Nerv and Cazadores.
Three 5100s and two IS3s for the Cazadores. On the other side, we have three IS3s and two 5100s. I'm a fan of the three IS3s. It just makes a lot more sense. Having three 5100s means that you don't have a lot. Okay, this is a lot to go into.
It is.
But basically, 5 tanks, there's surface area that exists with a battle. And I really feel like 3 tanks makes up normal battles where there are 3 tanks being exposed to that can be hidden relatively easily. So to have 3 5100s, you're going to have one of those 5100s exposed, and that's a lot of DPM that you can eliminate very quickly. You're going to have a lot of hit points, well, 100 less hit points, but still it makes a big difference. Anyway, opening movement, we can see that Kufo and Gang, Cazadores, are being so incredibly aggressive here, going up Tank Alley and also going up the center.
They are going up that center area. But they're trying to set up any type of counter that could happen against them on that courtyard area. Lieutenant Carter still left alive here. IS-3 staring him down, and he goes down.
They're like, go ahead, shoot,
Do it.
shoot,
Do it.
pick, 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 poosh.
CES 28 and Logos and those IS-3s are going to back off, though. They're not going to fully commit going down this way because the IS-3s on the other side, as we zoom in, we have the Goon Swarm and General Scott waiting for them on that approach.
Now, this is so clever. Jonah 2 and Sapo Pepe, look what they did. They're tag teaming right now because they are T1 hunting, and they're looking for the Swift 2-0 right now. And they're C Hornsby in the L Tractor, and guess what? A T1 against an L Tractor, no bueno for the L Tractor.
No, that L-Tractor fires right to the fence and opens up the fire from Sapo Pepe. He should have kept running instead of engaged there.
Yes.
But Nerve is now down 2 T1s. Eyes and ears are at a significant disadvantage for Nerve here.
Ooh, Logo's taking shots. He needs to be careful. He's poking out there. You can't poke out like that.
Goon Swarm and Haywood poking out their IS-3s just around the corner to land some of those hits. And Jen Scott over here on this side in the IS-3 is trying to cover the rest of Tank Alley further on along that banana type shaped road as we see on the minimap. He's not going to be able to see anything yet coming down that way, but he puts his tank at this angle to try to ricochet any shots coming in. And also the pike nose, as we see at the front of the IS-3. You don't want to angle that too much because it actually counters what it was meant for. This is a built-in angle. You want to keep it that way in the IS-3.
I'm surprised we don't have more crossfires coming out from the Cazadores. Normally you would just take 2 of your tanks and actually put all 5 of them down this tank alley path. Right? So what we're going to do is put all 5, sorry about that guys, all 5 of them down right here. And you're just going to cover this area while a couple just pop back out. And they're going to go, they're going to go this direction and swing across the center and then look to get this crossfire so they can shoot in. They shoot in here and then they're coming around from the side or even coming in from this way. At least a couple of crossfires, but now, as we can see, movement from Ratzilla and another TRE tank. Who is that?
Boom, Ratzilla along with Psycho Killer were around that corner, but
Yeah.
Ratzilla is able to hit that T1 and destroy the other one with 1 shot from the 5100.
Now, that will be the trigger for the rest of the Cazadores to move in, but I feel like this move in is really risky. IS-3, Jen Scott able to take a big shot onto CES, and all of a sudden, things aren't looking good for the Cazadores, even though they got fantastic position. Logo's taking another big shot, and it feels like just the Nerve team playing so well, but Pollen's getting in here, and he will be able to clean up Jen Scott. Low roll there, but down he will go. A tier 8 advantage, but still, I'm going to give the advantage to Nerve as they wrap around from behind, killing out Jen Scott, or excuse me, killing out, yeah, Jen Scott.
Yep.
CES will go down, and Arabean's going to move in his 5100, getting good shots on Haywad, and just backing out of there. Wow, this is so tense.
Yeah, Nerve again trying to use that mobility close up with their IS-3 and the 5100. Psycho Killer moves in for the kill, but Kufo returns fire and destroys Haywood. Psycho Killer is going to run right into Kufo and not stop. He's going to chase Arabine. Unfortunately, he's chasing around the long way instead of trying to cut him off. No, Ratzilla is going to be the one to cut him off. And Arabine in the 5100 takes a shot from Psycho Killer, and Goon Swarm cleans it up, which means Nerve will take battle number 2.
Definitely.
And here we go.
Definitely looking like water play. 2 T-69s, 2 1390s, and a WZ-132, a very light lineup. 4 mines. They're probably going to go over to that western side to take control of that area. But on the other side, Nerve, it's either pretty well-rounded. 2 T-32s, it makes them a little bit heavier. The Object 416 gives them a lot of burst. Not burst, a lot of damage per minute. And the 1390 is obviously a great burst and great utility tanks, especially on mines where you do need a little bit of that mobility.
That's right. T-32s from Jen Scott and Haywood are going to go to the mine area. Wow, look at all of that push down that water side. Psycho Killer and Ratzilla are scouted, and they're going to think, oh no, here they come. And the first one to be down the line is going to be Arabine. Arabine is sporting the 1390 himself. Ratzilla and Psycho Killer.
I like this. Look at the T-32s. They're actually moving up pretty aggressively to start to get shots on Logos and Arabine if they ever go back too far. Now Ratzilla needs to tread carefully because T-69 shots can come out and ring true. Shot going out on Logos. This is what I was talking about from, wow, where is that coming from? That's Psycho Killer.
Psycho Killer and Ratzilla engaging to the other area, staying on the T-32s here, trying to get some cross shots along the way. But still nothing able to be seen. Ratzilla takes a lot of damage on his side. Yeah, Jen Scott trying to line up another shot, but he's not going to be able to.
Arabine is going to lose his driver here. Another shot from the T-32 is going to put him down to 49 hit points. Now finally Kufo swinging in because they need the support. But is it too little too late?
Maybe, but Kufo is going to try to swing south instead of around the corner. Ratzilla has 350 HP left. He's going to be the target fire. Kufo on the move in the WC-132. Tries to line up a shot against Ratzilla. Will be able to connect.
Uh-oh.
Goon Swarm, the Object 416, however, sweeping in against Kufo.
He's going to do a lot of damage against this weak WC-132. He's actually going to move in all the way. This is a little bit risky. The T-69s might have shots onto the Goon Swarm, but they're not going to utilize that. And down he goes. Psycho Killer going to get the finishing blow. And you can see, I'm going to say it. Whoa, nice shot from the Goon Swarm. I'm going to say that there has been beautiful studying, beautiful preparation by Team Nerve. 2 1390s over the water side. You would normally be like, oh, okay, what are you doing playing so defensive with those 1390s? But they're saying, okay, they like to go to the water side. Let's get our T-32s in the right position if we see them coming in, and then we're able to just overwhelm them because our brawl is going to be much better with their slightly heavier lineup.
T1 battle going to happen up to the northern side. CES 28, the only one left alive here that can do any damage to the south. Hornsby and Lieutenant Carter are going to be up here to the north. Sapo Pepe, one more shot is going to go down to 2 HP, and that does it. Nerve is able to take battle number 3 on mines. Greetorp, you said it perfectly. They studied Cazadores, and they were ready for that waterside push.
And even if you didn't study them, you have to kind of know that there's a lot of water play capable in the early game stages. When you see 2 1390s, a WZ-132, and 2 T-69s, you're kind of saying, okay, they're probably going water side. Doesn't make sense to go east, and you can't push up the center because of those T-32s. Now, the big advantage that Cazadores could have as well is going to be just getting some tanks onto the top in the hill of the mines. But still, it's gonna, like, how do you exercise your advantage directly after that? You need to have some west play. You saw they shut that down very easily by having the 1390s over there, the Object 416 kind of over there, just overlooking everything, and then the T-32s reacted. They said, okay, I see that you are doing waterside play. The 1390s and WZ-132 aren't going to be committed to the center, so I know I can push up. If there are T-69s, I will crush them immediately, because T-32s against T-69s, LOL, you're going to be hold down position and just not taking any damage forever.
That's right.
So they get into position, and now they have shots. They lock these 1390s down. They really make it impossible for any further reinforcements to back up these 1390s, and you can just play corner games against them and take advantage of the turrets.
A complete lockdown. Those T-32s to the rescue a little bit later on. Beautiful play by Nerve. They are one battle away from taking the entire series. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. When we come back, it's going to be battle number 4 between Nerve and Cazadores. Stay tuned.
I want to remind you guys, before we get into tanks, the score is 2 wins and 1 draw. That means a draw or a win here will put Nerve winning the series. Cazadores have 2 5100s, a T-69, and 2 1390s against the 3 T-32s, a Pershing, and a 1390.
Defense.
Now, what is Nerve going to do?
Defense is what they're playing with those T-32s.
Defense!
Defense
with American tanks, by the way.
That's right. What better tanks to pick in a defensive land? We have the Department of Defense, not the War Department anymore, for a reason.
Exactly. We defensively go on the offense.
Yeah, we've had more wars with the Department of Defense than we ever had with the War Department. Anyways, all right, American history there, folks. Make sure to stay in school. Do your social studies homework. T-32 is going to push up here on the western flank, and Psycho Killer will be the one in the center of attention between all the city, the abandoned buildings here outside the monastery. He's not going to see anything yet, but this is more of a scout play and also maybe a couple shots into the side of a very exposed tank, if that were able to happen. Cazadores, probably not. And here is possibly the push. Psycho Killer is spotted.
Kufa and Logos need to be careful here. Rounding this bend, you're going to be meeting a lot of tanks. Logos just going to go out there. Oh, God, Logos!
Logos is going back up, back up, back up. But Outer Beam's going, no, go forward, go forward, go forward. And they're going to go forward across the way.
I think this is a mistake.
Outer Beam's going to lead the charge in the 5100 here, and he tries to land a shot. I don't know if he was able to hit that at all. Jen Scott, 1236 at a 1550. Kufo, however, has a good idea, at least for the situation, to get behind the T-32s, and he's going to have to pick which tank to unload upon. Logos at 464 is going to round the corner as well, but he gets a shot right to the face from Ratzilla. Ratzilla at 199 HP, that's the one Kufo's going to try to target fire, and he does get the kill against him. But Pollins in his 5100 is taking a lot of damage. Jen Scott decides to target fire Kufo instead of the T-69 to the back. Kufo could be clipping here. It looks like he is. He's running away. Haywood in the Pershing gets another shot against him, and here comes Psycho Killer in the 1390 as the cleanup crew against the only remaining Tier 8 tank, Cess 28. And this is going to be a win for Nerve, a great defensive play, the smart play, with those American heavy tanks and medium tanks to absorb those shots and to stay alive. But of course, having a French ally in that 1390 was a good call to make as well.
A single direction with those French tanks doesn't make a lot of sense. You're going to have bounces. You're going to have really unfortunate situations. Now, even Kufo getting from behind, I was surprised that they allowed that to happen. Normally, you're going to block Kufo out, and they put Nerv in a tough position where they have to choose. Do we actually aim at Kufo or not? And the correct thing is to just say Kufo's going to do damage. Forget about him. There's nothing that we can do. Let's just hope to point all of our turrets at the same direction so that 4 tanks aren't getting the back of our turrets, possibly ammo racking some of the tanks. But obviously, I mean, you can't really be doing that. The armor is good with T-32s, with Pershings. You're going to bounce shots, and from that, because you rely on burst and not DPM, having these long drawn-out fights, if you are not able to correctly focus down your opponent's tanks, you're going to lose out. And what happens? Beautiful HP sharing by the team of Nerv. They're able to just shut that down, share the HP so the burst won't eliminate any potential damage, and from there, a very quick and swift win. Nerv takes out Jonah 2. The last person alive is Sapo Pepe over here defending Cap. Guess what? He's not going to be able to defend Cap for much longer.
He's not going to be able to. No matter how much pep he has in his Pepe, he's not going to be able to defend the Cap because there's going to be a number of tanks there to get the flag capture. At 6 minutes, plenty of time for them to get the win here. Only a matter of time until Haywood and his Pershing comes across the way to join his teammate, Lieutenant Carter, to get that flag capture even faster. 30 seconds left on that clock. Psycho Killer going to be circling around to the very east side of the south. Whoa, Sapo Pepe's going. You know, why don't we try to get some shots? Haywood says, stop that. Get out of the cap box. And Nerv is able to take the series 3-0 with 1 draw in battle number 4. That's when you play defensive.
I mean, we saw moments of brilliance in Cazadores throughout the history of WGLNA. We've also seen matches or battles like this last one. Just does not make sense strategically. You're going to lose a large portion of these battles. T-32s, Pershings, where are they going to go? They're not going to go to the... Well, they could go to the Abbey and try to go into hold down over there, but I mean, with these consistent fire tanks, I would say going to the west side, especially with the position of the best of 5 series, for them to just draw it out and win it as well. Just Cazadores, I think Cazadores blundering, honestly.
Well, looking maybe into what they were thinking is to push those 5100s further down instead of waiting and stalling and nothing's going to happen and they were going to lose, because if it was a draw on battle number 4, it was going to be even tougher for them. Well, no, it was because they already had 2 wins.
Yeah.
If it was a draw, Cazadores would have had the next one. It still would have been a loss. So
Correct.
They had to do something.
That's right. But for the tank lineup,
Yes.
doesn't make a lot of sense, right? I mean, to be so light, to go in like that with French tanks, you're going to take a lot of burst damage immediately. I did feel like that was more of a Cazadores loss more than a Nerv win. But the previous battles, even the one on Prokhorovka, I felt like Nerv was out to take blood. Beautiful play on Himmelsdorf, then going on to defeat them a second time. I mean, Nerv looked like a different Nerv. And taking out Cazadores, we said Cazadores was easily going to make it into the finals. At the qualifiers, now all of a sudden, Nerv showing a lot of life. And we're going to be sure to keep an eye on them as the bracket stages move on.
That's right. Now, Cazadores is still in the fight, though. They're going to have plenty more matches before league play is over. Nerv still keeping their head above water.
That's right.
We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, the next matchup is going to be Simple Tankers versus Hammer Time. Stay tuned. You're watching WGLNA.